The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And of course, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? Yesterday, I did end up going live 3 times, so today I'm probably only gonna go live once. But I just want to say thank you guys for all the love and support, especially the last video that I did about this whole Ime Nia Long situation. It's a lot going on. So let me say what's up to the people before we start to allow more people to come up in the room. What's up, Miss Pisces? Thank you for coming. That has been going around, but I cannot confirm that. No, I can't confirm that. What's up, Winnie? So we'll say allegedly. We'll say allegedly to be on the safe side. I mean, hopefully he didn't, but we never know. You know, it's information that's being leaked out right now. What's up, Jacqueline? Shout out to everybody on Facebook and shout out to everybody on Twitter watching us. What's up, Mimi? What's up, Paula? What's up, Ja? Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Cancel John Yates, racist fraud. Yes, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. What's up, Priscilla? Thank you. Shout out to Mina, the hardest working mod. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It does wonders for the algorithm. Thank you, precious Pisces, for coming. I appreciate you. And thank you. Yes, we are at 24K. I think we're at 24.5. So we're almost at 25K. Hold on. While we killing time, allowing people to come in the room, let's check. What's up, Southern Belle? Shout out to all my members. By the way, y'all keep the bills paid. What's up, Devon? What's up, Laugh, Gas, and Gossip? What number we at? Hold on. My mouth all dry. Okay, yeah. We're almost at 24.5. I think it's like 90 something, 20, yeah, but we're almost there. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into what's going on. I want to start out first with the husband reveal. So his name is actually not Patrick. It's Taylor James Lynch. He's still a Lynch, but Taylor James Lynch. This is who he is. This is who Kathleen is married to, the alleged woman that was having the affair with Ime. Now, he is not the vice president. I know yesterday we were saying, and a whole bunch of other people, shout out to one of my sources that clarified that information for me. I appreciate that. He's actually not a VP. He did do finances for the Celtics, but he's a consultant. This is where he was working at the time during 2016, 2018, Whipstitch Capital. He's a former analyst, and it's it's like a financial firm. That's what the company is when you look it up. And so he does work in finances, but he was not the VP. Now, him and his wife, their Facebook is actually private, so you can't see anything. There are a lot of pictures with them and their kids and stuff like that. Out of respect, I didn't want to post those pictures, even like covering up their face and stuff like that. I just personally am not going to show pictures of the kids because at the end of the day, they have nothing to do with this. Now, something interesting that I found out is that they are actually Mormon. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be Mormon or anything like that, but it does explain a lot why this relationship was probably something that was taboo. Well, besides cheating, it was something that was taboo. Because with the Mormon church, when you do adultery, infidelity, all those kind of things, you get kicked out. You're not allowed to come back. So this has big implications over one, Ime's career, and then her career slash personal life. This has a lot to this is going to weigh heavy. This is definitely not something that's going away anytime soon. Also, they have 3 children together. You guys may have already known that they have 3 kids together. He brought this on himself. Oh, you talking about Ime? Okay. Yeah, Yeah, you get excommunicated. That's what it's called. Thank you, Sebastian, for coming. What's up, Sunkiss? Yeah, you get excommunicated. So it does. These implications are pretty heavy because now this is out there in the public. And like I said, and I know it was reported that they deleted their social media. They did not delete it. It's just private to where we can't see nothing. And I mean, I would make it private too. This is embarrassing. I would definitely make my account private too. Which brings me to my next point, and this is an exclusive. Now, what I was told that Ime Udoka, he was at, but when they did the whole investigation, it was like a back and forth with the executives because one thing, like I said, they do not want to lose him as a coach. As the last 10 years haven't been great for the Celtics. Getting to the finals and stuff like that hasn't been great. So with Ime, they seen him as that beacon of hope, and he is an awesome coach. I can't deny that. I'm not a Celtics fan, but he is a good coach. So the executives had this internal battle on whether or not to get rid of him. So what they were hoping with the suspension, and this is what, and I have to say allegedly, but what they're hoping with the suspension is that he will just end up in turn leaving or quitting. This way, it can be like a natural split without it being this big commotion of them firing after the season. Because if you guys didn't realize during that little press conference and stuff like that, they said they were going to reevaluate whether or not they were going to bring him back next season. So we know he's suspended for this whole year, but whether or not he was going to work next season, that was still up in the air. And the reason why is because they're hoping that he'll just leave on his own. But, I mean, as far as Ime get another coaching job, I'm not going to say he's not going to get another coaching job, but I think as a head coach, it's over with because it's going to be too much going on. It's going to be too much going on. I think as a head coach, I don't see him getting another career at that. However, assistant coach or something to that effect, I definitely see that. But a head coach, no. It's being reported they didn't want to fire because of the racism and Black Lives Matter. Oh, I didn't hear about that. Thank you, T, for sharing that. I can see it being backlash. But then again, we don't know all the details. As we know, it was multiple women as well. We know that. So that could play a little part into the drama and everything else going on. Because if it's really as bad and they can't give all the details at one time, then I could see possibly the backlash not being that big. You know what I mean? And as I understand, Jacqueline, also too, thank you for bringing this up. That was my next point. As far as the girl, they're moving her to a different department. She is not fired. And the reason why she's not fired is because of that power struggle. A lot of times the person in the lower position doesn't get fired, they get moved. The person in the higher position usually gets fired. And this is where we bring it back to Ime. And this is just business in general. The person with the power is usually the one that gets in trouble because they can be looked at as using their influence and using their power to get what they want. Even though this was a consensual relationship, it's still a power dynamic, Exactly. And so what I was advised was that Kathleen actually moved department. So I can see that being a more true than her being fired because if anything, she can come back and sue. I worked for a company where the actual CEO was messing around with one of his subordinates, and he ended up getting fired from the company, or his portion got bought out because he was the one basically in power, so they got rid of him. So that's always how it works. The top dog is the one that they get rid of. They don't get rid of the subordinate, rarely, unless they did something. They don't. Now, another exclusive. I'm dropping bombs on y'all. I know it's a lot going on. Another exclusive is that this whole cheating thing that Ime has going on, this was not the first person or the first scandal. This has been going on with him for the last few years. Not with this woman, but in general, this has been going on. Now, this part right here is just my opinion. This is just my opinion, this part right here. Don't be surprised if you hear, oh, he has a sex addiction. Don't be surprised. This is usually what happens when it's multiple women and they can't control themselves. I think that's probably going to be his next thing, and he's going to go to therapy and get... What's up, Misbehaving? I appreciate you coming. What's up, Janet? Thank you for coming. Right, allegedly someone... Right, that was the other thing. Somebody had asked about that earlier. That part I have not heard about, besides from other people. That's why I haven't reported on that, because I don't know that to be true, or I didn't get that from my source, so I didn't share that. What's up, Misbehaving? What's up, Princess P? Thank y'all for coming. Devon said, I have a feels we not going to get all the way to win. Let me repeat that. I'm sorry. I have a feels we not going all the way to win the NBA title. He's stupid for this. Right. Of course, that's what Olivia posed. Right. But unfortunately, this is not the first time that he was cheating. But this also explains why probably Nia Long did not marry him. This explains a lot. And this is something that they were trying to work out in their relationship. So all in all, I just feel horrible for her, because she doesn't deserve this. Nia Long didn't do anything. She's not the one cheating. And this whole conversation, like, oh, what did she do? She didn't do anything. Sometimes it just happens. Women get jealous when they're played by men. Either a jealous lover snitch or somebody got pregnant. Well, Misbehaving, it was the husband. What it was reported by Kevin Frazier was that he caught a conversation on the Ring cam. I don't know if it was Ring, but whatever door, these doorbells, you can talk through the doorbell, you can listen through the doorbell. He was listening, and that's how he found out. And I'm pretty sure this is all alleged, but a lot of us have been saying that we think the husband probably leaked this information out because he was pissed. Rightfully so. Like I said, this black man done came and swooped up your white wife. Oh, he mad. He mad, y'all. Let's be clear. He mad. Well, they've been living in two different states, and this whole time, right, that plays a key too. He waited until he knew this was going to come out and had her move to Boston all of a sudden, right? And that's the thing too. You got to remember, he did not tell this woman what was going on. Nia Long did not know. What's up, Kay? Nia Long did not know until this came out in the press. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine not knowing what went on? Right, women cheat as well too. Yeah, we know that. They be lying. I think it's more women cheat now than men. We can talk about that later. But oh shit, what was the point I was making? Damn it, I forgot. Nia Long, just moved out there a couple of weeks ago to Boston to be with him, but she wasn't there originally. So this gives them perfect ample time to, him and the mistress to fool around and stuff like that. And then on top of that, you got to remember too, allegedly she was the one helping talking about the Kathleen lady, was allegedly the one helping coordinate getting Nia Long and her son out here so they can find a home and be out here full time. Nia, just go ahead and go back to LA. Just go back to LA. Get you a little small film or small role in a movie or something like that. Don't waste your time. Do you? Um, I know I love her name too. And thank you, Lander, for coming. I appreciate you. He trifling bad. I love Shady Shannon. She is funny. Right, right. Nia also held him down when the Spurs let him go. Right. He moved with Nia for a while. He's had his back until. And the other thing too is that, and I hate to put it this way, for basketball fans, y'all know this, but um, Udoka, he was never drafted. He was somebody who had to go in the G League and stuff like that. And then he worked his way up into getting in the NBA. And he was like a subpar basketball player. And then, he transitioned into assistant coach and then finally head coach. So he was never like a big star or anything like that. Nia Long is the star of the relationship. So you could tell that probably plays a dynamic in the relationship, just assuming, but it probably plays a dynamic in the relationship too. And now, his team was in the finals, his stock rose. Breakups that happen during the retrograde don't stay broken. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So Kay, does that mean that they're going to get back together? Talk about the retrograde a little bit. I want to know. So does that mean they're going to get back together, or it's only broken for now? Is that what you're saying? I get how you doing vibes. Shannon trying to get me in trouble. Right, he wasn't that great of a player. Right, right, right. He tall and he is. Yeah, he's Nigerian, I believe. And y'all the ones who said Nigerians be out there cheating. Y'all said that. I didn't say that. Y'all said that. Oh yeah, and make sure you guys hit the like button as well too if you're coming in the room. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It does wonders for the algorithm as well too. Okay, Miss Jersey, they're gonna stay together. Okay, y'all think they're gonna stay together? Let's do a 30-second poll question. Put a 1 in the chat if you think they're going to stay together. Put a 2 in the chat. You think it's over with. 1, stay together. 2 in the chat, they're breaking up. Let's go ahead and do a 30-second countdown. When I find it, there we go. Okay, correction. Thank you, Dion, for correcting me. I appreciate that. I actually had to look it up real quick. He is from. He grew up in Oregon. He did grew up in America. Like he's been here a while, but originally his family is from Nigeria. Depending on what she already knew, this probably, and like I said, what it was that this had been a relationship where he had been cheating allegedly for a while, and this was a known thing, and they were working it out. However, this is another reason why he didn't tell Nia Long that he was cheating until it came out in the press, because it was something that was supposed to be worked on, and obviously it wasn't. What's up, Pamela? What's up, Kennedy? Thank y'all for coming. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, organically. I have Misbehaving here. Let me go ahead and add her on. What's up, Misbehaving? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. And yourself?
Good. Do you know what the poll results were? Because I didn't even look at it. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, it's kind of mixed. Okay, go ahead.
I don't think Nia, when we get a certain age, the older we get, the less we want to be married or live with a man that's playing games. Relationships last longer when you live apart. in your own home.
Mm,
And the only reason I'm saying no is because, yes, there's a pattern where he's cheated before in the past and she's come back. But this time it's on a national level. He
right.
had her move from California two
Hmm.
weeks before this came out. And apparently he already knew. Had he given her a heads up, she could have stayed in California. So it's like, I don't know Nia personally, but Samore, the comedian, is her sister.
Yeah, that's her sister, her half sister. Yeah.
So it's like, dude, you could have told me this before I came out here. I didn't left everything behind that I had. Good thing she didn't
Right.
sell anything as far as we know. It's just speculation. But he's a low down dirty dog. Girl, leave that man.
Right. I hope she kept the house that she was living in.
Well, she's from California. That's where she's living. That's the property she owns. So I doubt if she sold anything. But it's like, dog, you want to be a family, but this is cheating on a national level. And I tend to not always agree or believe. I shouldn't say agree, but believe everything that's put out in the media
Right.
because information can be skewed to formulate opinions.
Right. And that's why I say allegedly, because I don't want them to sue me. But question for you. So in this situation, do you think that anything should happen to the woman that he allegedly cheating with? Like, should she lose her job or should she stay?
No, everybody. If it was consensual, everybody need to lose their job. You can't just, I'm
Hmm.
for women's right or whatever, and women want equality, but it's consensual. How can you punish one person and not the other?
Right.
I tend to believe it had to be the wife of one of his bosses. And then it's to save face. Why are you trying to protect them? Why are you trying to protect them? That
Mm.
doesn't even make any sense. I mean, he can lose his job, baby. Your job is already gone. I hope he's suspended with pay because you don't have a job when you come
Yeah,
back.
he only lost half of his salary. So he gets paid half his salary since technically he's suspended. So he is going to bring in income, but just not all of it. I know he's worth about 12 million, but I don't know what he makes annually. I couldn't find that. Devon said, "You hear what Shaquille O'Neal said? I didn't think he knows what he talked about because a player and a coach is two different things. Players can get away with right, exactly, and that's what I was saying. And misbehaving. I don't know if you're from the corporate world, but usually." Office politics, usually when the supervisor is messing around with the subordinate, usually the supervisor or boss or whatever is the one that gets in trouble. The employee usually does it because of that power struggle.
That's if the person was taken advantage of. I'm a nurse, so
Mm.
you see a lot of
So
politics.
the nurses be getting freaky too.
Baby, yes they do. Yes, they do. And I'm like, you got a patient on a telemonitor and got IV drips going. You don't have time for booty calls down the hall. Like
No,
what?
no, I always wonder why it took them so long, even if I have an appointment to call me in the back to, do whatever to me. And I'll be
Oh,
like, what's taking so long? It's because they be getting, y'all, we done
well,
discovered what the
no, no.
hell. I'm
But
sorry.
that's it. I'm sorry for interrupting, but that's a different specialty. Like you're going to the doctor's office, to the clinic. So a lot of times what happens is they're waiting until the doctor gets there. The doctor's not showing up. So they're back there really not doing anything. They might call a few people to
Mm,
come back and get their vital signs or whatever, but that's not
right.
usually a nurse. That's a medical assistant. So I work in a hospital, but I know I have, as a travel nurse, worked in a clinic, like an urgent outpatient clinic. And
Oh,
so a
okay.
lot of times, even if people have appointments scheduled to come in to see the various doctors, the doctors wouldn't be in there. So we can't call you back until the doctor gets in there. And
Right.
so that's why I would never work at a clinic, because I'm one of those people. I have to stay busy. And I'm like, this is for the birds. Just sitting here on the computer, not doing anything. Like, this is a waste of resources.
Right, right, right. Oh, and by the way, make sure you guys hit the like button. I know we talk about Nia Long leaving, but what about the husband, Taylor? Should he leave his cheating wife?
He probably will, because all his little friends on the golf course, they're gonna tease him. He's in Boston. That's
Mm.
why, look, that's why I put up in the chat. How tall is he? I mean, look, I'm about to say something about to have everybody crack it up. Look, I wanted to know how tall is he? You know, that's a tall Afro man. Might be a little mandingo. You know, ladies, our kitty cat kind of like a rubber band. You can't be giving it to everybody. It stretches on out. So, you know, her little driving parking space might have been equipped in properly uh suited for her husband's anatomy. But once that man got up in there from the great continent of Africa and stretched it on,
I had
he
to
knew
turn off my
immediately.
camera. I had to turn off my camera because I was like, I don't want y'all to see my face while misbehaving is misbehaving. Yo,
Look, that once that husband got up in there, he knew the measurements were all wrong. He said somebody else been here, and ain't no telling. Look, allegedly, these are my
allegedly,
opinions.
yo, let me tell you something.
Uh,
Um, she was looking for a Mandingo warrior. She's a little Mormon girl from Utah. She was looking for a Mandingo warrior. She found one, and now oh Lord, it's going. Yeah, he gonna divorce her. We know it.
uh-huh. He'll never be able to look at her the same. Remember the movie? What was that? The best. Is it the best man?
Yeah, the best
Remember?
man.
And all he could see is Tay Diggs
Right.
sleeping.
Yo, Belva said 82. Will he be able to get unemployment? No, because they cut me off of unemployment. So no, I don't think there's no more unemployment after the panorama. I think it's all gone.
Look, that poor man. Look, that poor husband. He gonna have flashbacks. He don't want to see nothing black, nothing
Yeah.
black, nothing brown, nothing with.
What if she get rejuvenation down there? Do you think possibly he would stay with her if she did a rejuvenation, exorcism, and a cleansing? Do you think after those three
The
things?
only thing on happen. You know what? I was always. I shouldn't say curious, but it always crossed my mind like for a woman to have to go get plastic surgery, like to tighten it on up, you know, because
Turn
that's the
off camera.
fad thing. Oh my God, that's
Hold
the
on, let
fad
me make
thing.
you bigger on the screen because you a woman, so you can say all this. Let me make you bigger. Here you go.
Okay,
Go ahead, so the people can get
okay.
you.
You know they created a few years back where that was a trend, women going to have their Hello Kitty tightened up. In my mind, I was always wondering, well, dad, how much has she, how much humping has she been doing where it need to be tightened on up? Like, you have to be selective who's parking in the kitty cat. You just can't let everybody up in it.
Um, yeah. Does anybody know?
You should go have surgery too. I mean, then it's gonna be too tight. That poor man, he not gonna look at her the same. He's from
Yeah,
Boston. It's
yeah,
a done
he
deal.
ain't gonna want her after this. No, unless what I'm thinking, and this is all speculation right here. I haven't heard anything about this, but unless she gets some kind of settlement or something to keep her mouth shut. Because this is kind of like on a high scale. So let me give you a little hush money and you don't say nothing.
Look, this is why I heard you a moment ago, and I see it in the chat. Somebody said that the
Oh, your
husband
mic is kind of low.
I said that's a lie. That man became suspicious. We all have that feeling when our
Misbehaving your mic.
significant other. Oh, hold
Your
on.
mic and your internet.
Suspicious. Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, you sound better. Okay, go ahead.
Uh, okay, these daggone earbuds going in and out. So we all have that intuition or that inkling when our significant other is cheating. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm making jokes, but she could have been acting different, got a pep in her step. She's wanting to work extra. He has a
Oh, we know
reputation.
she was working long hours. We know that.
And then, I don't believe that story about the ring cam. That's how he found out. He probably had her phone tapped. People are crazy. Had a tag on
Mm,
her car to see where she went because he was suspicious. It's a possibility that he hired an investigator because no basketball player is going to snitch on the coach, especially when they doing their dirt too.
right.
So that's what I'm saying. I can understand like if he took advantage of these women and he was abusive or whatever, then yeah, terminate, lose your job. But it's not fair that only one person is losing their job. The suspension
Right.
is justifiable, but I don't know how true it is where they're saying that he was warned not to do it. He was warned not to continue cheating. So my thing is, did the wife fall in love with him, you know
That
once she
could be
got black?
possible too. But what I was gonna say was that and make sure you guys hit the like button. I see 457 of y'all in here. What I was gonna say was that I can definitely see this being a thing where she can all of a sudden flip the script and say like, oh well, because of his position, I felt like I had to go along with this. Ends up being a whole HR issue. They giving her some hush money, and then they got to fire him. I could see that
Yeah,
possibly
yeah.
playing out too because like I said, that's the way it works in the office politics. If you're the supervisor, CEO, CFO, if you're the person in power and you messing with the people under you, you're the one that's going to get in trouble unless it was something extreme like they were stalking you or something. But usually the head honcho is the one that gets in trouble.
Exactly. And I just want to just like if you look in the chat where lack eggs and gossip, where
Hmm.
they were saying it could have been a female. That's what I was saying too. Like,
Mm,
okay, you think you're the only one, then you find out, well, hell, it's the
right.
second one, it's the
Allegedly it
third
is
one.
multiple women. Right.
You taking my time and now it's her. Okay, so I'm gonna tell. So this is just a big uh I don't want to curse, but it's a mess all the way around. And my thing
Hmm.
is, why did you put it out there anyway? And I'm thinking none of this needed to come to the media at all. It didn't need to be leaked out.
Right.
So my thing is, they probably were going to fire him on the spot. Then he may have threatened to get an attorney. Then they said they were going to investigate it to cover themselves. Now they're going,
Oh,
then these are the results where it's still pending, but this is what we found so far. So we're
right.
recommending suspension, and he's agreeing to the suspension. But brother, you don't have a job after a year is up. So are they offering him a
That
package? You
and that was a part of the information that I had gave in the beginning. Let me read this comment before it goes away. Y'all, Naya is a Scorpio. They do not tolerate cheaters because they are extremely loyal. Ime should be aware. Scorpios are notorious for revenge, and their stingers sting. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Thank you, Katrina, for that information. But what it was is that they did the investigation. What they there was a big the execs were actually arguing whether or not they wanted to keep him. So what they did was kind of appease the situation was suspend him. But what they're hoping during the suspension is that he actually just leaves and then they don't have to deal with it because once the person leaves, the investigation is over with. And whatever happens next. You don't have to worry about power shifts or anything like that. You kind of just get rid of the problem. But because he is the coach and now this thing is public, they're kind of hoping
mm-hmm.
that he leaves on his own without getting fired,
Nuh-uh.
without them
he,
having to
he
fire him.
he's not going to leave on his own unless they offering him a settlement. And
Mm,
he's
could
not leaving
possibly
on his
be.
own. Then you have to look at it this way. Even if maybe when you get older and seasoned in the world, because I'm in my 50s. I'm 90 for real. So
Mhm.
life's experience. But even if they were to go to the point where, okay, either you agree to go ahead and leave after a year and keep quiet and don't say anything, or we can change the scenario and make it appear or that we're firing you because of harassment. Are we allowed to say that without, you know what I'm saying, sh your abuse of power?
Right, possibly I could see that. Heart of
But
Inspiration, go ahead and sound off.
I started to change my name. I just didn't know what to put. I
Why
started to
would
put
I change
Mrs.
your
Spike
name?
Lee on here, cause she got some jungle fever, baby. She couldn't help it.
Okay. Okay.
She couldn't help it. Well,
Right.
Look,
what I'm trying to understand is, so she literally worked for the organization too. Is that correct? Or
Yes,
okay.
she does, and
So they don't.
allegedly she helped them Nia Long and her son get out here as well too. She was like the planner for the travel and stuff like that. It's messy.
Child, that's the best side chick of all. Like I get to control when the main chick coming to town. I know
Let
when
me
she
turn
gonna
off my
be
camera.
here.
I want them to get mad at y'all and not me. Go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead, Art of
No,
Inspiration.
that's some serious side chick stuff. Like you are in a position where you get to control when the main chick come in town, when she leave. You know where they gonna
mhm,
stay. I mean,
mhm.
and man, come on now. She had it going on. Okay, so listen, if she don't get fired, they better not fire me. Both of us gotta go.
Exactly. And
That
that's
that's
my point.
that's day one. Both of us gotta
Right,
go then because you ain't fixing to fire me and she gets to stay. Now
right.
come on now. That's A. B, they were talking about some violating the NBA code of conduct, which I find laughable anyway.
Mhm.
Because I'm not sure what kind of you know conduct they really are coding. But um I what are you gonna do with this? Like, I'm with misbehaving. If you gonna fire me, you gonna have to give me something. Who knows how his contract is written?
Oh,
Um,
right.
and
That's another thing.
and if he wants to take it, to the limit, um, code of conduct can mean all sorts of things. This is you know, Kim committing adultery with another woman. I didn't think we was back in the days of Jesus. So I'm
Mm,
missing, you know what I'm saying? Like code of conduct violation
right,
really would be, like you were saying, something that would be criminal. This ain't
right. But you
criminal.
know how they
Mhm.
write it to where it's left up to their interpretation, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm
Can I?
taking this all the way to court. That's what I would. If I was him, I
Okay.
would take it all the way to court. Now he could just kiss Nia goodbye. Like, ain't no point. Don't even try. Don't
Mhm.
come back this way, home slice. Like,
Right.
don't
Right.
even think about it. As a matter of fact, you probably not gonna be able to date another sister. To be honest.
Yes, he will. It's a lot of pick me's in the world. They'll
You
they'll
know,
go.
you know what? You're right, Missy Haven. They probably will. Yeah, there'd
That's a
probably be
damn
another one. I
shame.
mean, I mean, because still they're gonna look at him like, oh, he was the coach. And usually when you hang around in them circles, you'll find another one.
Yeah, and he'll probably find another job, but they're gonna lock their wives down. Um, you better
Look,
don't let
look.
him come. He can't come to
Yeah.
the company. He
Well,
can't come to the team. Situation like
right. I said not another head coach job because he'll be front and center. I don't think that assistant coach. I can see that, but not a head coach.
maybe
Right.
college.
Oh, college. Oh, I didn't. Why didn't I even think about college? Yeah, I can
He
see
gonna tear
college.
them. No, he'll tear them college girls up along that campus. No, he can't be on nobody college.
Turn off camera. Turn off camera. So,
Girl,
heart of
but
inspiration.
they all over 18. This the thing.
Right.
And he ain't
But
teaching nobody no formal class.
heart of inspiration. Question for you because you came from the corporate world. Like I
Yeah.
was saying earlier, usually the person in power is the one that gets in trouble, not the subordinate, because it's looked at as a power struggle, even if it is consensual. Right.
That is true, but this is a different situation
Hmm.
because she's married to the person in a higher ranking of power. So this is where
Hmm.
this could get a little funky
Like
because
retaliation.
so she's married to the vice president. He's sleeping with her. This could get weird because is the vice president now firing him because it's
Well,
his wife?
I wanted to because I clarified earlier because I was able to get his Facebook. He's actually not the VP. He's not the Patrick guy. His name is Taylor.
Does he work for the organization?
He used to. He doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, he ain't there no more. Oh,
Yeah, he's not there no more.
You messed
But
up,
he
Mike.
still has friendships. But he still has friendships there.
More than likely,
Connections.
yeah. When you're
Well-
higher up, you have those connections still.
Right. So it would be the person with power. However, when you have sports teams, there's administration and then there's team and then there's this. I mean, what real power did he have over this woman? And it would be, and she's not hollering, that she was mistreated in some form or fashion. I heard her say that all the man, she's not pulling an Emmett Till, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You're going to have a hard time with that. Again, both of them gonna have to go, because if both of them don't go and her husband has connections, it's a problem.
Right, right.
It's a problem.
I think definitely it's going to be a thing where he's going to be looked at as like, oh, this is somebody that you don't want to be like. Don't be like Ime, because, he ruined his opportunity, and look what he did to his team. He left them, because they're going to spin this like he left his team high and dry for some punani. That's the way it's going to be looked at.
Right. And the thing to the limited number of Black coaches, this is, we cannot let them make that narrative, because Coach has been sleeping with people on staff since Moses parted the Red Sea. Now, let's just be real. They've been sleeping with cheerleaders. They've been sleeping with staff. The players sleeping with cheerleaders, sleeping with staff. Like, okay, it is what it is. Not that it was right. I'm not saying it was right, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is just how it go down. So, we can't let them make that narrative, because they will find any excuse to not have us coaching and not have us in the positions of actual power.
Right. I agree. Juice, thank you for coming. Go ahead and let us know your opinion on the situation.
I'm just here to hear y'all with all this stuff. Listen, all this stuff that's going on, this too much. The bishop and his mess, and Howard and her stuff, and this guy and Nia. I'm just here to hear all this stuff. I'm gonna go downstairs and check and make sure my husband's still in the house.
Honey, your husband ain't going nowhere. He know better.
He knows. Let me tell you, he better know better. I'm gonna have to post me a long picture on the refrigerator just as a reminder. Don't do that.
Yeah, just as a reminder.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Or having to lock the doors and make sure he don't get out.
Stay your butt right here.
Get you a couple extra Ring cameras in the house. What you doing, babe? Just added security, baby. Added security.
Right.
Y'all, that Ring ain't playing. That Ring is not playing. It's telling on everybody.
Got caught up by
sad.
the Ring cam.
The Ring,
it's sad. The whole situation is sad. It's sad. It's real sad. But I think Nia probably knew something. I don't know if this was really a real shock to her. Because usually,
well, allegedly, that this had been a thing going on in their relationship, that he has been cheating. This is not the first time. There was something that they were working on, and the reason why he didn't tell her is because then he had to admit, like, oh, I'm still cheating.
Child, what's the address to where he at? That's all I wanted. What's the address?
No, we need her address to go and rescue that child and put her in some counseling. What is wrong with you, sis?
Right.
Daddy,
absolutely.
Did you stay with this man?
I'm gonna tell you what my grandmother told us when we were younger, and I'm older now, and I remember it because I remember her saying when we were teenagers, never leave your state to follow another man. Because when you follow him to follow a man, she said, because they'll get you out of the state and they mistreat you. And we're young. We're not thinking about it. We're not at that age. And I know when I became an adult, I did that. And that was the worst decision I could have ever done. And it hasn't made me bitter or anything, but it's like, just be truthful. Tell me. And let me choose. But I'm not the type that's going to stay there.
Right.
I'm out.
Don't you think though, maybe that's why she moved out there, because they were bi-coastal as it was. She already know her man can't keep it in his pants. So she was going to try to go out there and, and make things better.
Definitely that could have been something. Yep.
It could have, but what I'm thinking is he probably used that as an excuse. You're busy with your career, you're way over there. I want my family. You know the spell that some of them will give. And so she thought, well, our son is older now. I think the little boy is 10 or 11. Let us
11.
go and be a family. He's a coach, and let's try this. When in the back of her mind all along, it probably was telling her, don't do it. But she's thinking, I'm going to put faith into him and be committed to show him that I'm serious. And then when she gets out there 2 weeks later, now all this stuff is everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's already in California. She probably left and went back to California the same day she found out.
Has anyone brought this up? I didn't realize, I've been paying attention to Bishop Blackhead, so I didn't know what was going on. So 2 weeks after she gets out there, all of a sudden this leaks. So do we not believe that the woman, the wife, leaked it? Because remember now.
Well, you mean the husband? He leaked it?
Well.
Wait, Heart of Inspiration, you saying you think the wife leaked it because maybe he told the mistress he going to stay with Nia?
She would have known. She'd been doing all the travel arrangements. Now, if you had a good thing going all this time, you made sure she came and went when it was convenient for you. You knew all the situations and stuff, and you've been wanting to leave your husband anyway because you had jungle fever. Let's not forget. I got jungle fever. So she had jungle fever.
Go ahead, Heart of Inspiration. Go ahead, finish.
I'm just saying, listen, we are some wicked creatures. We can be.
A woman scorned. A woman scorned, boy.
I would not put it past her to have leaked this information on her own.
I could possibly see that.
Wow.
Now that you explain it like that, that makes total sense. Juice, let me ask you this. If you have a long distance relationship, how do you build that trust? Is the only way you build that trust if you end up moving? Because basically, Nia Long was going to uproot her life to live in Boston now. So, and like we were saying, this possibly could be a thing where she was trying to keep tabs on him. Like, how do you have that trust in a long distance relationship?
Yeah, that's a hard one. First of all, the long distance relationship right there would probably let people think or insinuate that something is going on because there's a distance. And like Heart of Inspiration said, sometimes women can be very vengeful, they can be scornful, but probably in some cases, I'm not saying this Nia situation, let me just use just a little scenario just in case. Maybe what some women do is they know they man cheating and they feel like I'm gonna just pack up everything here. Let me move on over there with him. And so I can keep a closer eye on him. That's what probably some women do, thinking it's going to change. I'm not saying she did that, but some women, they feel like if I'm there and I'm sitting under him and I'm babysitting him, I'm in arm's reach of him, I can keep an eye and get him to change. So it happens a lot with people who have long distance relationships. I'm not doing a long distance. I'm not doing that.
Oh, I thought you did. That's why I asked you. Didn't you say your husband lived in Jamaica?
No, he was born in Jamaica. Oh. He was born in Jamaica, honey. You think I'm gonna date some man all the way in Jamaica?
I thought it was like a 90-day fiance thing. I'm sorry. That's why I asked you about it. But
that K1 visa. I ain't no K1 visa. No, I got him after he already had his papers. His mama got his papers for him. I ain't have to do all that work and spend all that money. I ain't paying no dowry. I ain't doing that. He was already citizenized when I got him. His mama did all that work for me.
Oh, that was perfect then. Okay.
She went on that show. I don't know what you're talking
about. Heart Inspiration. I was hoping that Kay would come up and explain it, but she said something about Nia needs to leave after retrograde and Mercury meets Uranus or something like that. Do you know what she meant by that? Like, because if they break up now, she'll come back to.
A lot of people say don't make any sudden moves like this, and don't do any breakups and stuff like that during Mercury retrograde. This one is very volatile, especially because It's like Mercury can also represent your thought life and all of that kind of stuff. So if you could be making an impetuous decision that then you're going to regret later. So they say don't start a relationship and don't end a relationship during Mercury retrograde. So I would say sure. I know that. Listen, Kay. I knew he didn't say that.
She knew I made that up. Okay, don't worry. She knew I made that up.
I'm with that too. Heart of Inspiration trying to explain it, and I was like, Mercury grade meet Uranus. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Is that a real thing? I was like,
that's not a real thing.
But see, Heart of Inspiration is so sweet. I was holding it in.
Right. But Heart of Inspiration knew I was just joking, but she knew what I was trying to say.
Yeah. She almost had me sold on it, though.
But I will say this, that is standard. That's what, a lot of astrologers would tell you. But what ain't he gonna tell you? That man ain't worth a quarter. So you better pack it right back up and keep it straight up moving and just be glad you did not sign no paperwork because he can't get half for nothing. And that's what Auntie would tell you, because I don't think this man gonna change if it's Mercury retrograde or not. The man is not, and I can't even completely fault. This is why I don't necessarily fault him. Maybe at the beginning, it was okay for them not to get married.
Right.
But I feel like because he went and got a married woman, he wanted to play married man. So, but tell me, like, if the rules of engagement we set down at the beginning no longer fit you now, that's cool. Just tell me so I'm not out here looking crazy and stupid.
But maybe he want to keep Nia because he want Nia on his arms. Nia is the star. She's the one that's probably going to all these celebrity events all around the good people. Back in the day, they used to say when I was younger, a guy, if he had two girls, one would be the one he would take home to his mama, and the other one would be the one he would, Okay. So maybe Nia is that woman that he would take home to the mama, and the other one was the one, So
maybe, but I don't know. I guess, we don't know the man's track record. I'd like to see who these other women he is that he has cheated with. Has he upgraded along the way? Does he have a type that he cheats with? Is it married women? Is it women that are in committed relationships? I don't, there's a lot going on here with
right. What is his history? All we know is that he's allegedly a cheater, but we don't know the type of women. Like, it could be a variety, or it could be a certain kind, like that's true. Like, if we see the other ones, we'll kind of know. But I do I agree with Juice regarding the status, because she would be the one getting invited to the events, and so then he could have his little freak on the side. But also, I think the marriage thing was a big thing. As I told you guys yesterday, that he did want that marriage, but Nia is the one that doesn't want the marriage. Like, they are engaged, but there's no plans to get married anytime soon. So Misbehaving, would you be in a relationship being engaged without getting married, or do you think after a certain time you should get married? And they've been engaged since 2015.
No, but I'm happy with receiving gifts. I would treat that engagement ring as a gift. Okay. We don't need to get married. I have my money, you have yours. I have my house, and we have your house. Let's get an understanding.
And Heart of Inspiration, I already know your answer, but if you just want to give a quick explanation regarding being in an engagement for a long time.
Listen, I'm not doing. I've been married and divorced twice now. I'm not doing that no damn more. So, what we can do is a spiritual commitment ceremony. That's what we can do. Now, that I will agree with. I just won't do the whole marriage license and marriage certificate for various other reasons, legal reasons. But I firmly believe in a committed relationship. I just don't think you have to have that piece of paper to be committed.
Right. And Juice, would you be in a relationship with a long engagement with no plans to get married, or are you a marriage kind of woman?
How much money he got?
We'll say 10 million. 10 million.
I'm getting married for 10 million. You didn't say that.
Oh,
I don't know. No, I'm gonna have to think about. I'm gonna have to find out if I got access to some of it. No, no. Do I have a card? I just don't want the Hermes bags. I don't just want that stuff. I want the card to the access to the account. You know, I mean, I might as well make sure I can secure my future. Let me sit here with no little gifts. I can't take a Hermes bag to the pawn shop. No, I want the card. I want access to the card. That's what I want.
Right.
No, I'm not doing that. Me personally, I'm not doing that. I'm not. My husband and I, when we met, we were married 6 months later. So no,
wow.
I'm not staying long distance. No.
Awesome.
Oh, that is quick.
And we are married. We'll be celebrating 20 years come next year March. So I mean May. I'm sorry. Next year May.
Congratulations.
20 years. We knew each other for 6 months and went ahead and went to the courthouse.
Real
in front
quick,
of the justice of the peace.
Is it So Debonair's birthday today? Let me see. In my 20s, I've been 39 for 4. Oh no, it was 4 days ago. Deb, happy birthday. Thank you so much for coming by.
Happy birthday. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Oh, here's the Southern Astrologer now towards the end of the damn show. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, AT2?
Good. Go ahead and sound off real quick. Go ahead and close us out.
All right. Well, not what I was saying, but what Miss Kay was saying about the Mercury retrograde. You don't ever want to go ahead and put something in a state of yes or no when you're in retrograde season, because it has a tendency to rebound, come back and slap you in your face. And so if you want to set it free, you set it free. You do not set it free and say, hey, come back when it's going direct. So if she wants to leave this man, she's going to have to leave this man once Mercury goes forward. Because when it goes forward, what's going to happen? It's going to smack right back dab up into Venus. And Venus is that planet of love. And
so it doesn't go to Uranus at all.
Some crazy things.
No, it stays out of Uranus and our anus too.
Exactly.
Stay out of Uranus, so, AT2. Why are you infatuated with
Listen, ain't nothing in my anus. Ain't nothing in my anus. I just want to clarify.
All right. So that is what I was saying about, no, not what I was saying, but what KB was saying, that it is all about actually knowing what it is that you want to do, the information coming back to you, and you knowing that if you set something free right now, it's going to come on right back to you, and you might not want it to come on back to you. So that's what I wanted to say too. And I love to see the Heart of Inspiration, and I love to see Juice Radio here as well. So
thank you. Love you too, Southern Astrologer.
Thank you for explaining that too. So yeah, she should in turn leave. You're not saying that she should stay. She should leave, but you're just explaining. Okay, I totally get it now. I understand. Yeah, because at first I was like, wait, so she should stay with him? But now I get it.
Yes. When you leave something, you got to know exactly why you leaving it. You can't just leave it just because everybody else say that you need to do it. You need to leave because you want to leave, not because everybody else says you need to.
Come on now.
That's right. That's right.
Come on now.
I agree. Definitely. Southern Astrologer, go ahead and give your channel where people can find you at.
Well, everybody can find me in the South at the Southern Astrologer on Instagram, YouTube, and on Facebook.
Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
And make sure hold on. I didn't let you finish. Go ahead.
Oh, I said I love you, AT2. We go together.
Oh yeah, we do. Okay. I love you too. I really do. You have a good one.
AT2. All right. AT2, she a cutie. All right now. She said y'all go together. I ain't heard that since 5th grade, but all right. I love that.
I love the Southern Astrologer. She is dope. Make sure you guys check out her channel. And then Juice, go ahead and give your channel and where the people can find you at.
Well, you just go ahead and type in the Google search, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, and you're going to find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all those other social media sites, TikTok, everywhere, and our website, thejuiceradio.net. But go ahead and type in the Juice Radio and Talk Show. We also have a podcast, and you look for that red mug, you'll find us.
Yes. And Juice, thank you for always coming on and giving us your opinion and your knowledge. We appreciate that over here.
I appreciate you guys too. And Heart of Inspiration, love you too. You guys are great. Thanks, AT2. Stay safe out there. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. And then Heart of Inspiration, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at.
All right. You can find me at Heart of Inspiration right here on YouTube, at Heart of INSP on Instagram, and Heart of Inspiration on TikTok. So yeah, I've got a couple podcasts, Sunday Soul Podcast. Y'all check it out on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen.
You better put in that plug.
That's right. AT2 gonna have to come on my podcast. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yes, I need to come on the podcast, definitely. And I want you on mine too as well.
Absolutely. Let's go on and do that, because I think the people need to hear from a young Black man on how to navigate life. And I really do appreciate you. And I'm always so proud of how you've navigated this whole thing, and you stuck this out. And I'm just so proud of you. You've done so well.
Thank you. And I appreciate that. And thank you for pouring love into me. I needed that. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. And Nia, give him a call, girl. Give him a call.
Yeah, call me. Yes.
Call
I'll be there to, heal up your wounds and everything.
That's a good man. That's a good man. That's a good man right there, Nia. Give him a call now. Give him a call, girl.
Call me. But thank you, Heart of Inspiration. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you, dear.
All right, y'all. Thank you for my guest. Thank you, Misbehaving, also as well too, for coming up. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, then hit that notification, and then click all so you get all my notifications. I just want to say thank y'all for turning out this show. This was great. I had a good time. It's always fun whenever we get to sit up here, chill, talk, and just and share our opinions. And I appreciate on my show that we can be respectful of everybody's opinion, and we can talk, because you go on other people's chat and you say some shit they don't like, it get a little crazy. So, but thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I don't know if I got any Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo or anything like that, but thank you if I did. And shout out to everybody for being here. It was a great show, but we out of here, y'all. Deuces.